Hey guys, my name's Nick, proprietor of Nickeh Films. I've been filming with digital SLR cameras since I was 17 years old. I got my first SLR in July 2011, just before an international trip to New Zealand. For the past 4.5 years, I worked for MGP Action Sports, which is an international action sports company. So, travelled the world with my SLR camera. I went to London, California, New Zealand, all around Australia. It's been pretty good. However, the last 3 months I've been on my own feet. I started up Nickeh Films again, and I'm doing my own thing with clients all around Australia. Got plans for the MX Nationals races that are coming up next month, and I'm going to do a lot of travelling for that. And I'm also in the middle of a pro scooter series. I went to Gold Coast last weekend, Melbourne this weekend, and Sydney next weekend. So it should be pretty good. Alright, so my everyday kit is a photo hatchback bag that my sponsor LowerPro gave me. They've given me 2 bags. I've also got another bag that I use on trips, but every day I use this because it fits practically my everyday needs in it. So up the top, it's got a compartment where I put my cam caddy in. And these are great because they give DSLR users a lot more control over their camera, especially when filming while skateboarding or filming lines, they call it in action sports media. I've also got a Rode microphone. I don't use this a lot, but when I'm filming interviews, stuff like that, it just gives the SLR that little bit extra audio quality, so they're really good. Body wise, I use a Canon 60D. I just bought this last week, but I've been using 60Ds for the past 2 years now. They're a great camera, especially for the price. Lens wise, every day I use my Samyang 8mm fisheye, which I'm also sponsored by Samyang, so they've given me 2 lenses now. I've got the 8mm fisheye and the 14mm wide angle lens. So with action sports, you need to get close to the athlete. You need to be able to make sure you get everything in the shot as well. So fisheyes and wide angle lenses are a necessity when it comes to action sports. They also give the user of the camera a lot more opportunities to get different angles and make the trick look as good as it can. With fisheyes, it kind of makes the trick look even bigger than it is because of the distortion, so they're a really good lens. I also have a second 60D body and a 50mm 1.4 EFS lens, which are really good because I use them a lot for interviews. They're really sharp, and they have a really great depth of field, so they're perfect for interviews. There's red cameras and you got phantom cameras now, but they're just too expensive. They're like 15 grand for the base model, and I just don't see a lot of people spending 15 grand, especially on their first camera. Like, this was my first, the 60D was my first DSLR, and it's amazing quality. Like, I don't see anybody going out and getting a $15,000 red camera to film home videos or anything like that. But as far as SLRs go, I think their quality is fine, and it's only improving. Like, every day there's a new SLR coming out with another function or extra frame rate or something like that. As long as it just keeps improving, then I don't see DSLRs going anywhere anytime soon. Every day, kids from all over the world send me emails or send me messages on Facebook asking for camera recommendations, and I'm usually recommending them to Canon because a lot of them are after filmmaking, and my opinion is Canon cameras are better than Nikon for filming, but I guess that's all personal. But I always recommend them to Canon T2Is, Canon T3Is, or 60Ds even. The reason I do that is they have everything that kids come to me that they want, like everything an action sports videographer would want. Like they've all got flip out screens nowadays, which makes it really easy as we can bend the screen up when we got the camera down low. There's countless companies making fisheyes now, and they're just getting cheaper and cheaper. So for example, Samyang, my sponsor's making this great 8mm video fisheye now for like $480, I think it retails for. And the 60D bodies, I've just picked this up and it was $680. So for just over $1,100 you're getting yourself a perfect camera for action sports. Like, there's no need to go out and get an expensive camera, especially kids, because all they're doing is uploading to online sites like YouTube and Vimeo and stuff like that. So for a 60 frame per second 720p HD camera with a fisheye, $1,100, you can't go wrong with that at all. I guess it's pretty uncommon for someone in Generation Y to not have a camera now, and a lot of those people are using DSLRs. Like, they've been used for everything and anything really. Like, I've just started a program with a friend, Phil Ligeti. It's called Snap Addict, and we're going through all kinds of post-production tutorials with DSLRs and tutorials taking photos and videos, and it's cool seeing all other photographers from around the world giving their input on our videos. Like, Phil, for example, films real estate for a living, and he uses 5D Mark IIIs and 60Ds, and the result he gets from them is amazing. Like, at first I thought he was using a red camera, but he showed me his setup and I was pretty amazed. So I think it's cool that you can use them for just about anything. Like, I've heard rumours that even TV shows like House were filmed on 5D Mark IIIs, and it's just cool to know that equipment that is not that expensive and available to everyone can provide such great results. I guess it's cool how easy it is to get editing suites now. Like, I've been using Premiere Pro for the last few years now and I've never had any problems with it. And it's cool how people from all over the world are uploading tutorials every day with their input on how to use the program and what you have to do to get the program and pretty much everything in between. So it's pretty simple. All you got to do nowadays is plug your memory card into your computer or plug your camera via USB into your computer, click and drag the files, and then just put it through post-production. It couldn't get much simpler than that. Whereas Red cameras and Sony VXs and stuff, you have to capture clips and it just took so long. So it's cool that the DSLR is holding everything together with people putting their input in and other people learning off other people's skills, and I don't know, it's amazing. Like, I haven't had much education, like I haven't been to any film schools or anything like that, and I've just taught myself and watched other people's videos on the internet, and that's how I learn everything. So it's cool to see that there's just all this information at your fingertips, and all you got to do is go to Google and type in what you're looking for, and some form of video will come up and help you. I guess with more people using YouTube nowadays, YouTube's recognised it and companies have become involved and offered advertising to YouTube users. So it's called a partnership program. I'm currently linked with one called Maker Studios, but I'm about to move on to one called Base 79. And what they do is they take care of your YouTube channel by sharing it to all of their followers. They organise the adverts that automatically get displayed at the start of your video, so you don't have to worry about putting anything in post. And then they just practically take a small percentage of the advertising fees and then give you the rest. Like Devin Supertramp, he's an independent filmmaker from Los Angeles, and he's getting millions of views a week, and if you think about it, it's like $1 per 1,000 views or something like that. So if you add up, he's earning a lot of money, and all he's doing is having fun with his DSLR and coming up with cool little projects. He's got a range of videos on there, everything from like short films to skate park videos to video game tutorials and video game videos. So it's pretty cool to see that people can make a living just uploading to their own channel and using their DSLR every single day. The pros of using a DSLR, of course, are the price. They're cheap, they're weight, they're light, they're easy to get a hold of, and knowledge is just everywhere. Like, you can just Google anything, as I said, and it will come up on the internet, I can guarantee you. They're perfect for independent filmmakers because a lot of us travel a lot, and all you need is a GoPro backpack or something like that, and you're set to go. Whereas a Red camera, they're expensive, they weigh a lot, they're hard to get around, and the interface, not many people know how to use it. You need to almost do a course on how to use it. I think a lot of people do a course actually. The cons of having an SLR, they're slowly improving with low light situations, but I've found that sometimes I've had to set my ISO to like 6400 or something like that, and it just ruins the quality completely. But over the last 12 months they have fixed that up a lot, and 5D Mark IIIs are like, I've heard they're amazing for low light situations, so that's really cool. I guess a lot of us film on SD cards, and that can be quite annoying sometimes, but you get used to it. The video codecs, they all compress to MOV or H.264 or whatever, and I guess it kind of ruins the quality a tad, but it's not too bad, especially for the price, as I said before. Whereas red cameras, they are just completely manual. You can choose what output you want and stuff like that, so it's really cool. Obviously the quality of a red's going to be better than this, but really I do not see a problem with these, especially for me, as I'm just making web videos and the occasional little DVD here and there, so I'll be with DSLRs for a while. Don't see me getting a red Epic anytime soon, so I think these are perfect, and I'm really happy with how the 60D has treated me. It's definitely my favourite SLR. And the Samyang 8mm fisheye, I highly recommend these. These are great, especially for the price. They're completely manual, which a lot of people don't like, but I think it's great because I get to learn a lot more. I've learned a lot about aperture through this lens, and it's really great. It's got a video, this is actually a video fisheye, so the aperture ring doesn't click at all when you change it, so it helps. For example, I filmed at a skate park not long ago. Half of it was indoors, half of it was outdoors, and every time the rider jumped from outdoors to indoors, it'd be either overexposed or underexposed. So a lens like this has definitely benefited me, and I highly recommend it. Tips for up and coming independent filmmakers, I'd say just be as creative as you can, try and stand out from the crowd. Set up a Facebook page or a website or something that is linked to your YouTube channel. That is one of the biggest and best things I've done. Like, I've gained a lot of following via Facebook and via my website. Watch tutorials on YouTube to expand your skills, like Snap Addict. You can always check that out. That's myself and Phil doing tutorials, but there's thousands and thousands of other tutorials that you can check out. And also just take care of your equipment. I learned that the hard way. My last camera, it started to deteriorate a bit due to me letting people use it. I think you should just take care of it. This new one hasn't left my site yet, so make sure you look after your stuff and just keep expanding your knowledge.